Okay, the last interview we have for Short Film Showcase 2 on day 1 of Romford Film Festival is tell us your name and tell us what your involvement is in Final Call.
Hi, so my name is Chlen Han Lai, or I also go by Cleo. I'm the writer and director of Final Call.
Yeah. So, talk to us about the concept, where the concept came from, because I think for a lot of people, I think some people would take quite a while to click into where the story was. Talk to us a little bit about the creation of that story and how difficult it is to keep people interested while keeping a big chunk of the story right to the final moments.
Yeah, I mean, for the story to come up, it actually was I'm not gonna lie, I'm trying to graduate from London Film School, so I was like, I need to have a script, I need to do my graduation film. But also at that time I was thinking, what I want to tell at this moment, and what are the stories that, the future me could never tell. And somehow that idea just popped out. I was literally having a walk in Finsbury Park when I came up with the story. And one thing is I think being abroad for several years, being detached from the places you're from and from the people you know, there's that nostalgia. And maybe that's something that triggers me and makes me want to write the film. Yeah.
I also really enjoyed the fact that you used lots of different screen ratios, and can you talk to us a little bit about why you made that decision?
Yeah, I mean, it was, so making this film is quite, I would say, what's the word? Not a bit more spontaneous, but also a bit more for instance, during the rehearsal, there's a lot of improvisation came in, and that carries out even till the editing. What I'm saying that is, so that initial clip, which is a vertical phone shoot of both of them when they were younger, it was actually a rehearsal.
Right.
And then I was like, let's go up the mountain for the rehearsal. It's nice to really have that memory while we shoot the film. And I also thought it would be nice to capture something, even if it could be behind the scene, that would be interesting. So we ended up shooting with just iPhone for that. And also while we were exploring the editing, we thought that it works really well. And I'm really glad we did that shoot.
Yeah. And so I'm assuming you didn't shoot this in London.
I mean, yeah, definitely.
So, talk to us about that process of then, you're studying here, and then you've gone home and shot at home, I'm assuming.
Yeah. So, I think there definitely was a moment I was like, do I want to shoot a film in London? Here's where I'm based. And also, do I want to be back home in Taiwan to shoot the film? I think I do miss my hometown, so that's why. And during the development process, early on, I have the producer on board. She's also a good friend of mine. And we had the pre-production almost kind of remotely, because I was still here while developing the script. And I think it was a month, or probably a month and a half before the real shoot, I flew back to Taiwan. We have audition and all sorts of things shooting. And yeah, if that answers your question.
Yeah. And talk to us, you mentioned a few times the words rehearsal, which I wouldn't say it seems old-fashioned, but you do find nowadays that with a lot of indie filmmaking, it's like, right, we're going up here and we're just going to shoot this. How important do you think rehearsal is, and also how do you feel about the way lots of people make film currently, where rehearsal doesn't really exist?
I mean, I couldn't say for others, but like I know for this Final Code, the film, we actually, I think we rarely rehearsed the part that was in the film, like in the shoot. We were rehearsing mainly story that happened before the film. We explore their teenage time, we explore their mid-teenage time. I don't know what's that. But yeah, so I mean, in terms of rehearsal, for me, it's a way to familiarize with the actors and also to have time to let the actors familiarize with each of them, both of them. Yeah, so I would say I really enjoy doing the rehearsal. I did adapt a lot of things from the rehearsal into the script. Well, yeah, so it was like we rehearsed and I changed a bit of the script, and then we rehearsed for some other bit, and then the script got modified. Yeah.
And then a little bit of a double-barreled question. So the first part of it is, your actors, did you know them prior to shooting? And then the second part of that is, which we kind of touched upon a little tiny bit, you're in London, everything's in Taiwan. How difficult is that to actually set up a shoot in another country when you're, thousands of miles away?
Was your first question about like if I know them before the shoot?
Yeah, did you know the actors before the shoot, or did you find them through, casting call or?
Yeah, no, I didn't know them.
Okay.
Yeah, so we found them on the casting call.
Okay.
Yeah, and what was the second question
And
again?
the second question was about the difficulties of getting a team together when you're based.
I would say that I'm really grateful to my producer because she did a lot of pre-production for me while I'm still in London. Like without her, I won't have the possibility to have someone to do location scouting or post for crew code, crew code and the casting code. So but then the other thing about what's it called, international production maybe, is that I found it, it's difficult when you're not there. It's difficult, couldn't really have a meeting with your DP because we are in different time zone. You can have a phone call, but it's still different from meeting each other face to face. So I would say I'm happy that I fly back a little bit more than it needed to shoot the film. Yeah, and then, but afterwards, so the whole post-production was done in London. We have editor, sound. Actually, our sound designer is Taiwanese, and he's based in Taiwan. So at that time, it was again remote working, and I think really it's about communication. Yeah, like a lot of things could have happened regardless of the distance and time.
And did anybody, I don't want to say let you down, but did anything come up that you hadn't kind of planned for in terms of, whether it's crew or, because again, you're over the other side of the world, and people by nature, I always say that people fundamentally are good, but people are also can be quite flaky, can't they? As anyone that's ever had an email from me will know. But did you experience any kind of disappointment in anything that happened as a result of the distance?
Not that I can think of. I think I was really, really lucky. Yeah.
And what was the biggest challenge of your shoot?
Oh, I would say, technically it would be the mountain climbing bit. So, we were in 2 different mountains. Each of them take literally 20 or 30 minutes of foot walk with equipment. So that's making everything a lot difficult than it looks like. Because you can't just move around. You can't just change your mind easily. But then also I would say editing. I would say editing this film is harder than we all thought, because like I think I cut off a big chunk in editing, and then there's a lot of things that didn't go as planned. So we ended up actually doing a lot of ADR. I mean, the good thing and the bad thing is that this film is about a phone call. Don't do a phone call film, it's difficult. But yeah, so there's that space for ADR, and we pick it up with that. I think that helps a lot.
Yeah. And final slightly silly question from me. Did you actually let the fireworks off, or was it a box and then you got some footage of fireworks?
Yeah, the later one. I mean, I wanted to lit the firework, but it's illegal in Taipei City, so we couldn't do that. Yeah.
Which is kind of where my question was coming
if
from.
If we have a firework day, and then I'll definitely shoot on that day.
Have we got any questions out there for Cleo? There's one right at the back.
Hello. Fantastic film, by the way, before I start. So you mentioned that this was filmed in Taiwan, and it felt there was like a very personal message there. Was there any personal aspect that you had kind of wrote into the script?
Oh yeah, I get asked this question several times already. I would say the story definitely comes from my own experience, but not like literally the identical one, but more like, as I said, after when I went aboard, a lot of things happen. I've been the person who's wasn't in touch, and I've been the person who leave the other one. I'm not saying like I'm just saying like general, friendship or any kind of relationship, and that really I think drives me to express like something I would say very sentimental, and I couldn't even find a word for that. Like there's that emotion I want to express. So yeah, definitely it's very personal inspiration. It is.
And I think there was another question near the front.
Of course it is.
Yeah, we thought we'd make you work for your hot dog later.
Would you ever consider doing another international production?
Oh, that's such a good question. Yes, but not very soon. Can I ask why did you ask that question?
Well, because it seemed like it was a sort of great challenge to do it, so I was wondering, would you do it again after all those challenges?
I mean, yeah, definitely. If the story needs, international production, then why not? Like, I definitely wouldn't say that makes it way harder. I would say filmmaking is always, you need to find the right partner who's going to be on the journey with you. If you found them, it's not a problem then.
Excellent. And do you have any tips for a filmmaker who is in the same position you were in? Any little bits of trivia that you could...
Oh my god, this is so tough.
Sorry. We like to test you here.
I love that. Tips. Ooh. I would say, like, definitely follow your instinct, because during a production, there's so many choices. You can do this location, you can go with the other actor. Like, you're always making choices, but really do believe your instinct, because that's something you've accumulated from years and years of watching films, watching other people's work, and that's already telling you a lot. Yeah.
You mentioned your producer quite a lot. How important do you think it is to have like that one key person?
Oh, so important.
Yeah.
Really, like, because I actually started as a production assistant.
Yeah.
Like, I've been kind of in that department, and I really appreciate whatever they're doing. So. Early on when it was like even before the story was emerged, I know like I need to find a good producer who's gonna carry a lot of things that I would have worried. Yeah.
Yeah. I think And what that means is, I had another question and I've forgotten it. My brain's just gone. So I think I need to wrap up there, but thank you ever so much. I remembered. So, as someone that has creative control, how difficult is it to surrender some of that control because of the gap? Is it hard for you to give up a level of control and a level of trust and kind of get somebody else to do some things that, I'm a bit of a control freak. So whenever I would shoot anything, I always had to be there. I always had to be involved in everything. And that's because that's my nature. But you have to surrender so much of yourself. How was that for you?
Ooh. I mean, yeah, that's a really good question. Throughout the making of this film, I can say very clearly that I'm trying to learn to let go of, I would say, power. I'm trying to let go of the obsession I might have for certain things, like little props, like this is what she should wear. The actor should do this and that. There's too many details that I could talk about, but I would really want to say that I would say if you're too controlling, for me at least, then I learned that I'm not getting the input from other filmmakers. The DP would have no better than me of those little choices, of those little camera angles and things so on. So I really would love to let them do their job instead of just controlling it. But then the next question would be, where am I sitting back myself, or am I really giving them that authority to perform? I think that's something I'm still exploring and learning as well.
Excellent. Listen, thank you ever so much. Let's give Cleo a huge round of applause. Thank you very much.
Thank you so
Bringing your
much.
film. Thank you.